that our theme music?
You guys, is that like a trigger for anybody? The whistling. I really enjoy whistling. I can't sing, so I whistle. And I'm kind of a master at it. I'm kind of the bomb. I'm just saying. I'm kind of everything with the whistling. So, greetings and salutations, all that are joining us presently. We will go back and, like I said, go back through the audience and shake hands with you personally later on. And if you're joining us for the very first time, I am Jay and this is Jen, and we like never freaking introduce ourselves because we don't, and we should tell you what the hell you're watching. You're watching The Menopausal View. We are two fluffy middle-aged women that come on, and you know what? We're just your good girlfriends. That's it. We're your good girlfriends that, you know, we're sitting down. We always have a little snack. Today we're in the middle of a meat and cheese thing, and I've eaten all the olives. I can feel my blood pressure rising as we speak from all of the salt. And so I just want to, I want to throw a shout out to someone, one of our amazing folks that join us and watch our videos and share our videos, but she's pretty freaking amazing herself. Her name is Jacqueline Cox, and she every year has on the first day of January, on New Year's Day, has a good girlfriends luncheon to just connect all of her good girlfriends and help you make some new friends. And I just think that's really awesome. And then she also she's all about female empowerment and like raising our girls to be empowered. And she is the founder of the Sisters of SCPA, which is a School for Creative and Performing Arts located here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I just want to say to her that we love you and good hustle, because what you're doing is just absolutely amazing. You know, everybody needs positive energy. And my thing is, when you're out here in the world, you're doing good things and you're giving out positive energy, I think that you should get a pat on the back. So,
absolutely.
So, you know, my thing is, go to it, sister. You're amazing. You're fabulous.
While we're on that subject,
yes,
we have a couple people who have joined us already. Grace, Lauren, Miss Angela, Nikki Rivers, and I was just talking with her today at lunch, and she has a fashion show every year, and what they do with the proceeds is they fund one girl to have prom accessory, you know, like a dress and have her hair and makeup and everything done.
Oh, that is neat.
Well, this year, we're going to be doing it for a guy. So we're going to be running a tux for him and getting him all set up for prom. So,
Yay.
And so if you are interested in joining the fashion show, she has several, where you...
Words are hard.
They are. My brain is not
Words are
working.
hard.
Where you can audition for the show. She's taking men, women, and it doesn't matter what size you are. It doesn't matter what color you are.
Doesn't matter
It doesn't matter at all. So it's if you've got sassiness, she'll take you. So just to let you know, if you want to follow me on my page, my personal page, the Jen Quinn Show page, I usually post all of those things on there. Also on my personal page, Jennifer Quinn Wilson, if you want to join us there, and I'll be posting. It's 14 women's and up for women, so it's plus size women only for right now. And it's size 36 and up for men, she says. So it's...
And for doing something positive in the universe, Miss Angela, we give you the thumbs up and the pew pew.
So
way to go, sister.
Yes. So we have another gift to give away today. We are giving so much stuff away, you guys.
You know, and there's we're not giving away $1 million because we don't have it. If we had it, we wouldn't have this little janky setup that we got going on here now, which is working amazingly. Let's put that out there because you got to start somewhere. But we like to give out fun stuff.
Lauren, I will coach you. I've got you, girl. And Miss Nikki also teaches you how to walk. It's all about that. As long as you got the sass, that's all you need. You bring that and she'll teach you the rest.
There you go.
So we give a lot of things away on this show. I
want to wait and have people share our video first.
So let me show you some of this stuff we've given away so far. Last video we gave away some mascara, and the video before that we gave away 2 dresses from Espiralia.
Yeah.
And then the one before that we gave away the magic eyeliner.
We've also given away 2 pieces of costume jewelry.
Yes. So, yes. And a t-shirt. You want to show them the t-shirt?
And yes, the t-shirt, because I have to sneeze. Wait a minute. Hold, please.
Bless you. And
Helen... They usually come in 2s. Wait.
Helen Nicholas says, hi from Canada.
Helen from Canada. Hi, Helen. We need a nickname for Helen, too, because Helen's been joining us, too, lately. So, what do we want to call Helen? Everybody gets a family nickname.
Helen of Troy.
Helen of Troy. That's it. You're now Helen of Troy.
Helen of Troy. So, we've also given away a Menopausal View mug. And who is it that made these?
The Tracy Richmond Estes with Exquisite Vinyl Creations, I believe is the name of her company. I'm going to tag her and hope that is the right thing because I'm really bad with names, but she can correct me if I'm wrong. So, anyway, look for that. But she made this beautiful merchandise for us. So, our Flabulous Life in the front, sparkly teal, which I love. And then we got the Menopausal View. Can you guys see that? Menopausal View on the back.
So if you can't figure it out, we're in my kitchen.
Yes.
And what you see behind us is my kitchen. And I'm obviously the Wonder Woman, thus the Wonder Woman tiara here on the mug. And as you can see, this is our unicorn. So this was not made lightly. This was a combination of everything that we are.
It combined both of us into one. It melded us into one fused person. There you go. That's what you get.
We've already
with
been
a giant creepy eye.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's a trigger.
And we approved that. I believe that we approved that. So we're going to go back and unapprove that, and then make that eye a little bit less creepy.
It's a trigger.
But I feel like I kind of want to keep it the big giant creepy eye. I'm just saying that I think that people would enjoy this mug so much more if it had an eye that looked like it was staring at you all the time.
I don't know. I think it's kind of creepy. It's kind of triggering me. I don't know. It's kind of creepy. It's cute in a creepy way.
Cute in a creepy way.
Or it's creepy in a cute way.
There you go.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know.
These are going to be collector's items soon. Because you'll want one with the big eye. Because, once we get it to the normal eye, and then we become all rich and famous, you'll be like, oh, but you know what? I had the very first issue of the Menopausal View coffee mug, and it had the giant creepy eye. And it is now worth $1.2 billion.
Because there was only 3 made.
Because there was only 3 made. Right. Exactly.
So if you tuned into our last episode, you are already probably thinking of some questions that you can send to us. We are anticipating some great questions on, some advice. It doesn't matter what it's about. Work, love, house.
The creepy coworker sitting next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There is nothing between the two of us that we haven't already experienced and can probably tell you exactly how to live your life in some way. I'm just saying.
We've run the gambit.
We have. And there's zero, this many's
judgments.
This many judgments.
Yep.
So we are all about loving self and who you are in this moment, at this moment, in this place where you are. So please, please, please send us questions. You can do it in this video. You can send us in private message. You can send it to either one of us in our personal Facebook pages. So whatever we want to hear from you, we want to give advice because,
Or you can send a message to the Menopausal View because we actually have a mailbox there.
Yeah.
That would be the easier.
Yes.
rather than trying to find us personally.
That is true.
So, and you can also email us if it's something that you don't want to share in a Facebook thing, like even in a PM. You can actually send it to themenopausalview@gmail.com, and we will answer you online. And then, like I said, we will do it anonymously. So,
and if you haven't done so yet, please go to the Menopausal View on YouTube.
We know that there's no picture there. We know that. So don't come back and say, hey guys, is it the one with no picture? It's the freaking one with no picture, because we're not technical people. In case you haven't figured that out yet, like,
we're pretty.
Jen does the best that she can. But we're the talent. We shouldn't have to do this. We've discussed this over and over again.
Thank you.
That there should be somebody assigned to us that does not require funding.
Yeah.
Because we have no money.
Yeah. And they should be doing it out of the pure love. Yeah.
Just because they,
So, so please follow us there as well. We actually have a photo shoot scheduled with the great and powerful and beautiful.
And she is beautiful.
Iris Cumberland.
She's as good behind the camera as she is in front of the camera.
She is.
I've seen some of her work. She is amazing.
And as if you all know me, you know that Iris is one of my most favorite is paparazzi. I absolutely adore her. She was my Mrs. Ohio competitor.
Really?
Yeah. And
she's gorgeous.
And,
she really is gorgeous.
And I think that it was a very close race. And as a result, I got a best friend out of it.
Yay!
So with all of that, we have some subjects that we want to talk about. So now that we've got all the other stuff out of the way, what?
I almost forgot the Jax saga, because people did chime in on the Jax thing. The dog. My dog nephew.
Oh, yes.
OMG. So I had to tell you guys this story just very quickly. I want to say this first of all, I'm not a dog person. I'm a cat person. I'm totally a cat person. Anyway. Because I'm a lot like a cat. I'm nimble on my feet. I'm graceful as a cat, and I have the speed of a cheetah. So, but anyway, when my mom, who recently moved up there with my brother, she said, oh, they got a dog up here. And I was like, oh, okay, they got a dog. But then my mother said, I think that I've made friends with the dog. And my mother's not a dog person either.
Miss Angie's afraid of cats.
Miss Angie, I don't know. We're going to have to talk about that offline, because I don't understand how anybody could be afraid of a baby.
Miss Angie, let me tell you something. You cannot tell her that you don't like something or that you're afraid of it.
Because I will expose you to it until you like it.
Olives, and it made my eyes water. And she made fun of me for it.
Don't make me come and pick you up in a van full of kittens. Don't make me do it, because I will. And then we'll tape it. And then we'll put it on this show.
She is rude.
And at the end, you'll be like, I love kittens. But anyway, I digress. So, my mother's telling me this story. So, she tells me this story. She said, well, Jax, because she told me, Jax goes to daycare. Jax is the 1-year-old schnauzer. He is my dog nephew. He is the dog child of my little brother and his wife and children. Okay? So, Jax is adorable, but he's still a puppy. So, but evidently, my sister-in-law went to go pick up Jax from doggy daycare, and the Nazi communist bastard of a woman that runs the doggy daycare came out to her and attacked her in the lobby. In the lobby, in front of the other dog parents. And told her in front of all these people that Jax had been issued a warning because of his behavior. He was accused, I believe wrongly, of bullying another dog.
Now this dog is about this big.
And so,
right?
Yes,
it's a teeny tiny dog.
He's a little guy. He's probably about that big, about that tall. He's not a substantial bodied dude. It's not like he's a Rottweiler or a husky or something of that size. A schnauzer. I mean, So, of course, my sister-in-law is like, First of all,
Lavita's on.
oh, hey Vita. First of all, my sister-in-law is taken aback. She's taken aback because you're approaching her in front of the other dog parents. And we all know what that means. We all know what that means. That from now on,
You're the bad
my
guy.
child is going to be profiled. My child is going to be profiled because now, no matter what my baby does, it's under a microscope. We all know what that means, you know. Because now all the other parents are judging me. Now all the other dog parents are judging me. So then the woman says, so we've issued him a warning. And if he gets another warning, he's going to have to, we're all going to have to meet in front of the principal. And so, of course, my sister-in-law is like, I don't think you're talking about, not my baby, not my baby. I don't think that's not even in him. He is full of love and joy. Perhaps he barked because he wanted to play with the other dog, which was the more likely scenario. So the woman says, you know, is there something going on at home? So at this point, like I said, it's in front of all the other dog parents too. So at this point, my sister-in-law is like, you know, snatching purses, grabbing Jax, getting the hell out of here, and we won't be back, bitch. I just want to say thank you to everybody that showed sympathy for Jax and that joined into the fight to clear his good name. We have decided that the hashtag that we would like to adopt to support Jax in his attempt to, you know, regain his former glory.
So Miss Angie has 2 dogs, and she said that she is banned from PetSmart for her dog being too hyper. So she is completely in agreement with what you are going through. She completely sympathizes.
So, you know, this has hurt our family. This hurt our family. It's rocked our family to the core. To the core. Because now Jax is at home.
It's okay.
He was so depressed the following day that in a car ride, you know, he rides shotgun with my sister-in-law.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
sorry, baby.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry this happened to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, you know, when one of us goes down, all of us goes down.
We do.
You know? And so
we're a team.
Jax, in his sorrow, in his time of pain and confusion, you know, because, you know, on top of that, you know, of course, when they get home, that he's being talked to, you know, to try to explain himself. He's being chastised. So the following day, Jax tried to hurl himself out of an open car window. And now he's lost front seat privileges and all window privileges. So I would like to thank everybody that has joined in to try to, you know, get on the bandwagon with trying to clear his good name. And we have decided on the hashtag, We Back Jax. So I'm going to go back and find out who the lovely winner of the We Back Jax, because now it has slipped my memory. I apologize, but I will go back and look and see who volunteered that lovely hashtag. Thank you so much for all of your support. My family thanks you for the support. You all are wonderful.
And Tracy Lynn has joined us, and Miss Angie says that she's Team Jax all the way.
Thank you, Miss Angie,
and
for your support.
And hashtag We Back Jax.
Thank you. That's all we're asking for, a little bit of support here. And Jax thanks you because, again, you know, they treated him as though he was a trained ninja assassin. And that is not the case. That is not the case. You know, he would.
So is he doing better now?
He's doing a little better now.
Is he
he's doing a little bit.
recovering?
He's recovering, but you know, it's traumatizing. It's traumatizing when you're accused like that, and then you know you're laid out, you're splayed out
in front
of God and everybody. God and everybody.
Everybody. Everybody.
They didn't take her into an office and talk to her. They said, hey, man, we need to talk to you over here in the office if you don't mind. All the other dog parents, all the other dogs sitting there looking at her. Judgment.
Judging her.
Yep.
That's just wrong.
So there's that. But I appreciate y'all's support. I do. My family appreciates your support. So, upward and onward.
Yes.
So what are we doing now?
We have a couple of other subjects that we were going to talk about. One of them was potlucks. Work potlucks. So...
Look, sips tea.
So I am lucky enough to work for an amazing boss. And we generally don't have potlucks. We generally just all go out to eat. And we generally go out to eat Indian. So
I love
Indian has become, and not just Indian, but that whole like Pakistani, Indian.
Oh, you're like Lebanese? Would Lebanese fit in there too? You guys do the whole shawarma thing?
I want to call it halal. Halal is the religion food thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really good. It is like serious. It's better than Chinese food. Like, it's that good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're lucky enough that we have a boss that we have a multicultural office, and we also have, so we always go out to eat there. And then we have this girl from the Philippines, and she makes us lumpia, and she makes us these, oh my gosh, it's like, she makes this food for her, and then she puts some on your plate while you're eating. And I love her. So, Brianda, if you're watching us, I know you were on us the last one. I wish you were on here, because when you come back, we already talked about this, but she's been on medical leave of absence, and we've already let her know that we are expecting a several course meal when she returns, because her food is divine, and she is an amazing cook, and she makes all these wonderful, wonderful dishes that you can smell it all the way through the office, and you're like, if you don't have enough for everybody, and she's like, oh, here's some.
Have you noticed that there's a common thread
And
here
she's
that we're always
this
talking
big.
about food?
She's like this big.
Yeah. It's always skinny people, isn't it? So my experience with work potlucks has been something a little bit different, because I am an odd bird in that, and I'm sure that some people can relate to me in that the older that we get, the more quirkier we get. Like, I'm just going to give you an example of some of my quirky things now that have developed over the years. I can't walk barefoot anywhere. Like, I have to have something on the bottoms of my feet, because the floor touching the bottom of my feet it does something to me. It touches a place in my soul where I don't want to be touched.
Well, you've already talked about you can't stand people's feet anyway.
I have a foot thing first, and that's the other thing too. Like, you can't get your bare feet, for feet in general, unsheathed near me. Specifically near the waistline up. So, like, if you were trying to be funny and like took off your shoe, and first of all, if you take off your shoes, I have to leave the room. If you're not in my circle of trust, and even that is, you have to leave them on the floor. I have another best friend that thinks it's funny to take her shoes off and then try to touch me. And my husband thinks, oh, that's another thing, Mister thinks it is effing hilarious to get in the bed and wait until I'm watching TV, and then he'll very quietly, like, flip himself in the bed so that we're head to toe, opposite one another, and then try to touch me in the face with his feet.
Ew. I don't have a feet problem, but that would still make me go, ew.
I don't want to tell you how many times I have tried to kick him in his face.
I would.
Because that is so gross. And he has feet that are like fingers, and they're like
Sean
hands.
does too, and his nails are
like
like
hands.
his toenails are longer than my fingernails.
Yeah, they're like hands. They weird me out. But anyway, so like, there's the foot thing, And then there is the, I can't get on, I don't like to touch doorknobs now. Like I will do everything I can to, like, hopefully it's one of those doorknobs that like it, either you can push it in or you can do something like with your elbow where you just, like do like that with it, like this. Or if I have to, I always wear long shirts now because long shirts gives me the ability to do this. And then I grab the doorknob with this, and then I turn it if I have to, because I'm always ready. I've had to stay in the bathroom for like 20 minutes before because I had a shirt on that was too short, and I couldn't get it to where I could get the hold of the door. I had to wait for somebody else to come in.
Well,
so
all of our doors have the levers.
I know.
So
I'm fine
you're
with
comfortable
that.
here.
I'm fine here. You're in the circle of trust. I'm okay.
But I'm saying that all the doors have levers. They're all levers, so you can just push them down.
This is true, but I'm saying though, even if it didn't, no, I wouldn't be okay. Not just yet. Not in the outside door, because I don't know. Because see, there are other people that have tampered with the outside door. Doesn't this sound like a crazy person talking to you now? It's special. It gets real special. So, and like, when I am on the elevator, I can't touch the buttons with my fingertips. It has to be either the knuckle or I will use something else to touch the button. I don't like to touch things now. Anyway, there's that. But one of the other quirks that happens to come up is that so our potlucks, because I'm a relatively quiet person at work. And so, but I always, like, I listen to people. If you listen to people, you let people talk long enough, they'll tell you their right name. They'll tell you their government name. So I've listened to people talk, and when people tell me, oh yeah, I've got, 4 dogs at home. Oh yeah, there's dog hair everywhere. And then I see when you come in that you're covered in a layer of husky hair or cat hair, and like I said, I happen to have a cat, but you will never find cat hair on me. That's just how it is. And I don't want to tell you how I managed to do that because that's nobody's business. But these people, when I hear you say, first of all, like if you're coming into the office, like I used to work somewhere, this woman came in every day and she always looked like she was just so disheveled. You ever see somebody like every day, their hair is only partially combed. It may or may not be clean. They look like they literally left their stuff in the clothes basket for a couple of weeks and just kind of picked it up and kind of shook it out. And so that kind of tells me right there that from a hygiene standpoint, like you always look oily, from a hygiene standpoint, like hygiene might not be your thing. But if it's not your thing and you have pets, I don't want your food. I'm sorry, I don't. So I listen to people talk, and quite frankly, they scare me. Because this is going to segue into something else, because this just came to me. People that don't wash their meat before they cook it. We've had this discussion, and I thought I was going to have to defriend people. If you all don't quit listening to people talking about you don't have to wash or rinse your food before you cook, now I'm not talking about ground beef. You're an idiot if you're rinsing ground beef. But I'm talking about, because we're all spinning the wheel of death with the ground beef. Let's just put it out there. But if you all are not washing your meat, and I know that this cannot just be a black person thing, because I've talked to some of my white friends, and my white friends are like, no, we grew up washing our meat. Don't let people tell you about it. First of all, people that wash their meat know how to sterilize their environment afterwards. People that are washing their meat know that you wipe everything down with bleach afterwards so that you're not spreading the germs. And first of all, if you are so worried about getting salmonella, what in the hell are you doing with the chicken meat, the water? Because it seems to me like you're getting the water everywhere. There should be a finite area see, I just went off on a tangent. I digress, but I'll circle back to that. So these people, they bring in this stuff, and like where I used to work, there was like, we were a department within a department within a department. So I know these people. I know these 5 people really well because we interact. And I know that these people are washing their meat because I've managed to work that into a conversation somewhere along the way. Don't ask. These people, I don't know, but I know them by face. Some are in the circle of trust, some are not. These people, I don't know. I don't know where you come from. I don't know what your practices are in your home. I don't know if you're washing your hands. But see, when I am in the restroom at work, and I like to sit there and I like to think sometimes, I know who's washing their hands and who isn't. I like to know who's washing their hands for the full 20 seconds that you're supposed to wash them with hot water. You're supposed to sing the ABCs while you wash your hands.
Birthday.
Or happy birthday. There you go.
I learned that from Oprah.
So if you're going, shh, shh, you're just doing that for show. You're doing that shit for the people who are standing outside the office, standing outside the bathroom door, so that they can hear you like, oh yeah, the water did turn on and turn off. Stop faking the funk. You're nasty. You're nasty. You're spreading disease and vermin and yeah. So anyway, so those people are not in my circle of trust. So when you tell me, hey, so-and-so's having a baby, so-and-so's having a birthday, everybody's going to bring something to the potluck. I don't want any. I don't want any of that. I don't. So that's one thing. And then I end up looking like the office asshole because I always find something that is so important that I have to do that I cannot participate in your festivities because I don't want typhoid fever. Other thing is like if the other quirk too is like when food is ordered in. Let's say that we're having
So Pamela Denise Billingsley, she says you should wash your hands before you use the bathroom and after you use the bathroom. And I agree. I actually agree with that. I think you should wash your hands before you go to the bathroom too, because your hands are all up in that some special stuff down on yonder.
You're touching your whatnots.
Your vajayjay.
I agree wholeheartedly.
You got to take care of your vajayjay.
You do. I would have protected it. If I knew then what I know now,
the vajayjay is an important thing.
I would have had somebody stationed outside with a machine gun.
I'm just
outside of it.
I absolutely concur with you, Pamela.
Yes.
You are the real MVP today.
You are the MVP of the day. You are, absolutely. So the other thing is like if I am at, like, let's say for instance that we order food in like your office does, like you guys go out to, you're fancy, your doctor takes you out places. We're not allowed to leave the premises. But let's say that everybody comes in, to the office and then we have it catered in. I have to be one of the first people. When I say one of the first, really the first person, I will allow one person that is in my circle of trust to go ahead of me to be served. And the reason for that is because I watched somebody shuffle an entire row of bagels with their hands. And I know that they have pets. And unwashed, there wasn't soap in sight. There wasn't paper towels in sight. There wasn't hand sanitizer in sight, which that's a whole nother ball of wax too. We'll get into that later. But yeah, so I watched her shuffle ruin my whole day because I was really looking forward to those bagels. We got them from Panera, and they were like the giant ones with like all the stuff in them, and then we had like the fancy cream cheese. And this heifer she was the person right before me, and she opened it. She said, oh, what is this one? Oh, what is this? What is that? I'll put that back together later. Oh, what is it? Oh. What is it? What kind of is it? Oh, I don't think I want that one. Oh, what is this? Let me. either. I was so done. I was so done. I just walked away. Sometimes you just gotta turn around and walk away. You do. So that was my experience with the. Some of this stuff that goes on at work, I need therapy for. Like, I really need therapy. And part of it might just be me. Some of the stuff I think, well, maybe I'm overreacting. But then, like, I've worked in places before where people come up and cough right on you. People cough and you be on the elevator and just, and I'm like, for real, people, this is what we're doing today? I can't with people. I try to can with people as much as I can. I really do. But I cannot. So that's my thing, is that, like workplace potlucks. I don't know, show of hands, who enjoys a good workplace potluck, and who's with me and tries to sit it out if it's at all possible. Because I'll go if I'm like the only one left in the office. I will go and I'll drink coffee or something.
Well, see,
like that.
I guess my problem is that I have so many food allergies and I never know what ingredients are in things. Mm-hmm. So unless I know what ingredients are in things, and so that's my problem, is I'm always worried about.
I know what's in it: cat hair, dog hair, your DNA. I know what's in it.
That doesn't
all
bother,
of it.
That doesn't bother me as much as the ingredients that can potentially do me harm. That's the part that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to be prepared. I have to consider what it is that I'm eating, mm-hmm. and what the consequences are going to be afterwards.
Right.
As to whether or not it's going to be worth it for me to eat it.
Like, am I going to have to throw up in my hands later, or?
So we went to Red Lobster for lunch today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now their biscuits, I'm allergic to gluten. Okay. Now their biscuits are some little tiny warm fluffy balls of crack. Okay. So I know I'm going to suffer the consequences of said biscuits. Okay.
But you're like, the benefits outweigh the risk.
Exactly.
So I'm going to spin the wheel.
Exactly.
Right.
So now I have no idea what's going to happen tonight or tomorrow. Well, I do. I know exactly what's going to happen. But I'm just saying, it was worth.
You know what's going to happen, but it's still like every single time, because see, it doesn't always, the ill effects, now that we've hit menopause and our guts are all, janky and they do what they want to, it's not always the next day. Mine will show up 2 or 3 days later, because that's how long it took to pass that particular part of my colon. Mm-hmm. And then you got to question yourself, like,
what did I eat?
Oh my God, when did I eat corn?
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. What have I had? I've had rice for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So some of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am not a fan of the work potluck. I just want to say that out loud. I give that 0 unicorns. 0 unicorns. This many unicorns.
I give it 5 tiaras out of 10.
You give it 5.
Yeah.
Middle of the road. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could go either way depending on what is being, because because I work in a dentist or orthodontist office, we have patients who bring us stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. And most of the time it's stuff I can't eat.
Yeah.
So I get very sad, and I get very, very sad that they bring stuff that I can't eat. So there's that, so I could be sitting there looking at everybody else eating, and then that day it'll be a 0 because I'll be sitting there starving.
So that's the only reason you're giving it a 5.
Yeah.
Is because people don't ask you what the fuck you want.
Right.
Okay.
So but on the days when they actually take me into consideration, and I know that I'm high maintenance, I get it. I get it. I do. I get it. I did it. I get it. I get it. But I'm pretty, so I'm worth the high maintenance. I'm just saying.
Right. You get to gaze upon me.
Yeah.
All this lusciousness.
You get
all of this.
You get to be entertained by me.
Right.
And my beauty while you dine.
So that leads us back into what I started to talk about before. I'm sorry, my eyebrows are itchy today. Today it's my eyebrows that are itching. I don't know what's happened to my face. I don't know what's going on with my face. It's not as bad as it was last week, though. Let's just say that.
She kept scratching her nose.
I swear, my nose, it had turned against me.
And I kept wiping my teeth because there was something on my teeth.
So, about the washing of the meat before you cook it. By show of hands, how many of you people wash your meat and how many people don't? Because I want to know whose house I'm not going to for the holidays. I'm just saying. You know, I was going to come to your holiday festivities. Jen and I were going to just show up at somebody's random holiday festivity. But as God is my witness, I am not coming to anybody's house that does not wash their meat and then sterilize the environment afterwards. I'm just saying.
Shoot. Tracy
You've
Lynn
blown
washes
it.
her veggies too. So Tracy Lynn washes her
you
veggies
wash
too.
everything that you're going. I don't care if you don't you ever tell me, and don't let the what's the FDA tell you that fire is going to burn it all away.
So let me say this.
Stop it.
So we had this conversation at my job with my coworkers. Now let me preface this with preface. Let me just say this.
Preface.
I'm very good at phonetically sounding words out because I read a lot, but not always say them. So preface this with saying this. I do not cook. I have exactly 2 things that I cook, and that is my turkey green chili, which is ground turkey and vegetables. I wash all the vegetables before I put them in the stew, and then I make some chicken pesto, and I usually buy my chicken breast in the individual wrapped chicken things. So those are pre-washed. Okay.
See, by who?
By the peoples.
What people?
I don't know, but listen to what I'm saying.
All right. I'm going to let you proceed, but you're about to find yourself on the outside of the circle of trust.
Well,
Keep
listen.
talking.
So I never make it for other people, though.
Okay.
Okay. But here's the thing. I only recently learned how to make chicken pesto.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So I had never heard of washing your meat. Never. But, again, I don't cook. Okay?
Tell people what you season everything with. This. When I say this right here is... I've never heard this shit before.
Hang on a minute.
She has to go get it.
Wait a minute.
When I say, I was like, you season everything. She's like, yeah, I season. She's like the hot sauce woman. I put this shit on everything.
Okay, so I found this once at Whole Foods, okay? And it changed my life, okay? So it's called Feisty Fish Rub.
It doesn't matter.
And
It doesn't matter if it's on fish. It doesn't matter if it's on a burger.
I put it on everything.
She puts it on everything.
I put it on my French fries,
on everything.
On my sweet potato fries, on my eggs, on my chicken, on fish even. So this is the greatest thing you can ever buy, because
y'all run right out and get you some of that fish rub.
You have to have this because it will change your life. I promise. It's really hard to find at Whole Foods now because they don't carry it for. Why? Why don't they carry it at Whole Foods?
Everybody should write a strongly worded letter on Jen's behalf for this fish rub.
So I have to order this online, and the last time I ordered it online, let me tell you something. I bought the last, 4 or 5 or 6? I bought the last ones that they had. So I have to make this last me for the rest of my life because this is my last one. So somebody's got to make me some more of this stuff, okay? Because I'm not going to have anything to eat. Okay? Do you see this? It's Feisty Fish Rub.
Feisty Fish Rub.
Feisty Fish Rub. And it's even good on fish.
I can't. So between the two of us, I cook a lot.
And I don't.
And we're gonna talk about your faith in people that are seen and unseen. Because people do things to meat that are not nice. And that is why you wash your meat even before it hits the fire.
Ew!
Because I want to plant that in you. People are unhappy on their jobs. There's some little dude out there making $8.50 an hour that it's like, you know what? I'm gonna put a little something special on this just for you.
Getting a little nauseous.
So, plus, there are a lot of oopses that happen in the fish. What is that? The butchery, wherever, meat processing plants. There's a lot of oopses. Oh, drop that on the floor. It's gonna shake that off a little bit. Look. Gonna wipe that. That's good. That's good. Gonna seal that in the pre-wash section. That's why you wash your meat. And plus, there's that slimy stuff that comes, like there's slimy stuff that comes on your meat that you don't want any part of that. Sometimes there's feathers still stuck to the chicken wings and to the skin and stuff like that. So you want to get rid of all of that. You want to inspect your meat. You want to handle your meat. You want to touch you want to become familiar with your meat.
What are we talking about here?
I'm just saying. Wash your meat.
Sean, don't pay attention to what she's saying.
Always wash your meat.
Don't listen.
Keep your meat clean.
That part you have to listen to,
Everybody
Sean.
likes a good, clean piece of meat. That's good advice right there. That's what that is. But then what you do is, after you're done, first of all, you're not sloshing the water all around and using the hose on it and shit like that. You're not doing all of that. You're putting it into a bowl. You're putting it into the sink. Confined space. You are washing it with warm water, and then you're also using either lemon or vinegar to wash to get the film off. You give a little scrub in that, and it won't give it a taste. It'll just clean the gritty, crappy stuff off. And then you rinse it with a little bit of cold water, and then you're ready to rock and roll. Now, then to clean up, you take yourself some bleach. You wipe everything down with bleach. You let that sit and dry before you do anything else in the sink, because bleach takes a second. People think that, I can just rinse the bleach out. No, you let it sit for a few minutes, and then you're ready to rock and roll. That's it. Very simple process. Very simple process, but you need to wash your meat.
And this is why I don't cook. It is way too complicated.
That is not a complicated process.
It is way too complicated.
Silly goose. You're such a silly goose.
That is way too complicated.
It's not.
That's way too much effort.
Horseplay. Horse puckies, woman.
I'm just saying.
Anyway. So
does somebody have a timeline? How long we've been on here? Our timeline doesn't work. Can somebody let us know how long we've been on?
We've only got one more topic. Let's finish strong. We got one more thing, because I digressed.
She did. She went off on a tangent.
I went off on a tangent because there are some things I feel passionately about. Let's just say that. So anyway, the other thing that we were going to talk about, completely unrelated, unless of course we are ever invited. Here's the thing. It's not a matter of if we become famous, we will become famous.
It's when.
We kind of already are. We're kind of already celebrities on our own head. So there's that.
Well,
but
I'm famous.
Eventually, other famous people will want to invite us to their homes. And it is going to be a prerequisite. I just want to say, I need to know how your people prepare your meats.
Thank you, Elizabeth. We've been on for 47 minutes.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're doing good then. I can wrap it. We can finish strong with this one.
Our goal was to stay at 30.
Yeah, we've well surpassed that. This is just know that this is probably going to be an hour-long show now. That's just all the show is going to be close to an hour. That's just it. We're just going to commit to that.
We're going to have to start figuring out how to break them up afterwards. We
need
an editor. Anybody want to be our editor?
For free, because we're broke.
Yeah. Just for the pure famousness of it.
There you go. You get editing credits. So then there is, so this is completely unrelated, unless, like I said, we're ever invited to someone famous's house. But
I want to go to Lady Gaga's house.
Well, I was asking you the other day, what famous person, like who do you admire that's famous? And then she said, well, and then she gave me a couple of examples of hers. And then she said, well, who do you admire that's not famous? So I'm going to let you go first. Who do you admire that's famous?
Lady Gaga and Oprah.
And why?
Both for kind of similar reasons, actually.
Mm-hmm.
They both kind of came from some very hard life things. They overcame so much, and they give back as much as they have gotten. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying either one of them are without fault or have issues of their own, but Lady Gaga is just, I don't know, there's just something about her that I want to be like her. She is just amazing. And Oprah, she is the embodiment of who I want to be. You know, having your own TV station, magazine, being an influencer to such a degree that she is the voice of a nation. You know, and, you know, people will throw around conversations about her being president and nobody bats an eye except for her. And she's like, I don't know about that.
She's like, I don't think I want to do that.
I'm more influential as not president than I would
That's
be as
how you know
president.
you're living your best life, where people can be like, no, for real, we want for you to run the country. And you're like, no, I don't think not today.
I can do better
Not
from
today.
here. I'm good here.
I'm already kind of doing that from right here.
Yeah. So those are my two. Those are the two that I would just. I would also. I also, honestly, I love President Obama. I would love to just sit down and of course Linda Carter, because I want to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She's my queen. She is my queen. I'm just saying. And Tracy Lynn says Shamar Moore because he's beautiful. And I am going to concur with you, young lady. That is the most beautiful man in the entire universe. Although Jason Momoa is awful pretty too.
I was going to say.
Jason Momoa. Okay. But Christopher Reeve was the most beautiful man until he died. But I'm just saying, presently it would be Jason Momoa and Shamar Moore.
I'm going to say most beautiful, because now we're on something else. But I'm going to say what's his name? Mangiella?
Oh, he's pretty.
He is pretty.
Look,
That's a pretty dude.
Look his chest.
And I don't know what Lisa Bonet is putting out or putting down, but for you to get Lenny Kravitz and
Jason Momoa,
I don't know what's going on in that there. If it's spitting out gold dust, if it's
the golden quad.
Like if a whole separate woman pops out, so you get an automatic menage a trois. I don't know what's happening there. But honey, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. That's all I can say. Because that's some amazing stuff. Because you got all your... When I look at my exes, I'm like, what? I don't know what I was doing. Was it drunk? I don't drink. Like, what was I going through? I was going through some shit, wasn't I? like you ever looked at your at your string of exes and you're like,
that's where my insanity was at that point.
What was my mental looking like at that point? Yeah. Let me just say this really quick about one of my exes. Honey, I saw one of my exes recently and he had lost every tooth. Nah, he ain't have one. And I was so devastated because that was when I say like that was my high school sweetheart. And when I looked and I said, who? I kept looking at him like, whose granddaddy is that? His granddad? I know his grandfather was dead when I knew him. When I figured out that was him, I was devastated. Because then getting fat didn't look so bad. Like getting fat and bloated like I am now, I'm kind of in the 90th percentile. Like when I start looking back over my exes, I'm like, I'm still all right. I'm still doing okay.
You're doing all right.
The odds are still ever in my favor. Mm-hmm. So anyway, who do I admire? I admire
Amber,
Ellen.
when you get a chance, you need to go back to the beginning of this and watch this from the beginning. Sorry.
Okay. Ellen.
Yes, I love Ellen.
I love Ellen DeGeneres. She is my shero. Like if I were a lesbian, she'd be my type.
I get it. She's awesome.
She's absolutely like Jen wants to be the white Oprah, and I want to be the black Ellen, the black straight Ellen.
And I want to be the straight Ellen, because I've said that too. I want to be the white Oprah, the straight Ellen, and the female Steve Harvey.
I'm not a fan of Steve Harvey.
I've heard that.
He's out here giving
some people
relationship advice, but you got a whole bunch of failed relationships.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, that's not cool. Anyway, he's not. I'm not a fan. Jen is a fan. That's okay. Everybody has their druthers, you know. So, but yeah. So, I'm loving on me some Ellen, and I like. Who else? I told you somebody else. Who was it? Pink.
Yes.
I love me some Pink. I do. I adore Pink. Number one, I love her music. And I love what she stands for. The whole body empowerment thing. She's like, okay, I done gained a little bit of weight. What? I'm still selling out arenas. And what's your point? Did you see her float down out the rafters? At one, I guess at all of her concerts. I've never been to one. Someone should sponsor me a ticket to go and see Pink live. I'm just saying. So, but anyway, she descended from the raft, like the Circus Soleil thing, the acrobat. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? The serpent, because you're looking off into the distance, and I'm like,
I'm trying to read what people.
Have you left the building?
No,
What's happening?
I'm reading the responses to your posts and stuff right here.
I feel like I'm juggling here.
Amber said, "Put on the red and black hairpiece on." I don't know what the red and black hairpiece is.
I don't know. Anyway, we have, like I said, that is, I really enjoy Pink's performances, and I love her music. And like I said, I just like what she stands for. She's just a badass. And, you know, when you get to be older, I love the fact that she is a nonconformist. I admire nonconformists. That's what I admire. Like, I tell you who else who's my girl, is Auntie Maxine Waters. Representative. Because she says what the hell needs to be said and doesn't care. And she's 300 years old too, just like the rest of these other jokers, the other jokey ass senators. And, you know, she's out there telling the truth. So, and I love her for that. She's absolutely amazing. So, there's that. Who do you have a crush on? Like, as far as famous people that you might have a crush on. Who do you have a crush on?
Oh, well, you know, I married Christopher Reeve when I was 4.
Okay.
So he is always and forever will be my first husband.
Okay.
And every man I've ever been with has understood that, you know, I'm in a polygamous relationship with them, with Christopher Reeve.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when he died, my soul died with him.
Okay.
Okay. But he is still my, as far as I'm concerned, he is still my first husband. Okay. Mm-hmm. Jason Momoa is definitely up there. I've been watching him since he was on Stargate Atlantis. There are some very handsome fellas out there. Ryan Reynolds is another one. So like Ryan Reynolds and Jason Momoa are my get out of jail free cards. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So those are two, like Jason Momoa, Ryan Reynolds. If you are watching this, please know that you are my get out of jail free cards since Christopher Reeve passed. So those are kind of my. There's some. I have to agree that Shamar Moore is a. I hate Matthew McConaughey. I'm sorry.
I don't hate him. I think he's cute.
I
think he's cute.
Did you see him in Magic Mike?
a cutesy way.
Did you see him in Magic Mike?
I did not.
Let me tell you something.
I always see him in like the gritty stuff, like Vice and
he was on,
stuff like
when
that.
When he was in Magic Mike, I liked him until he was in Magic Mike, and he played the greasy.
See, I always watch him in those greasy stuff.
He played the greasy, gross, nasty man a little too well, and it made me physically ill. And I have
You turned on him as a person.
I did.
Because of his superior acting ability.
I couldn't
Jen
do it.
turned on him like a rabid dog.
I was like, no, I can't do it. And I also like the guy from Supernatural.
I don't know either one of their names.
My brain is not working tonight. There's a lot of them that I'm just like, that's my boyfriend, that's my boyfriend, that's my boyfriend. Yes, Channing Tatum is one of them. But,
who did Kamora Lee Simmons marry? And I knew his name. He was in the Diamond, that movie about the diamonds. What's his name? It's Give Us Us Free. What is his? He was in Amistad. What is it? I got a thing for him. He could get it.
Jensen Ackles. Thank you so much, Amber. I appreciate you. I love you. That's who I'm in love with, is Jensen Ackles. He can sing for me any day.
Adam Levine could get it. He could get it. Who else could get it? Maxwell could get it twice on Sunday. Maxwell? How do you not know who Maxwell is? I apologize. I apologize to everybody. And now I've got to take her off camera and school her on who Maxwell is.
Well, why don't you tell everybody who Maxwell is?
Because everybody just, if you don't know who it is, just look him up. His music is amazing. He embodies sexy. But I will say this, that I'm going to say this, who could have gotten it anyway, and I know what you're going to say. George Michaels. I don't give a damn. I don't care.
I love George Michaels. Oh,
I don't
my
care.
God.
He could have got it.
I was in love with that man.
When I say everything about him, even when he was, and it's so funny because, in the 80s, we didn't know. We didn't care.
We didn't care.
And everybody, in the 80s, everybody was a little androgynous. And him and all that twirling, we should have known, all that dancing and twirling, the feathered hair that just stayed immaculate. But when I say he could have got it twice on Sunday.
Yes. I'm not going to argue with you on that.
Like, he could have found me in one of them parks.
Yes, I do believe he was one of those that I had up on my wall.
Yeah, I'm an equal opportunity employer. And who else? Jamon Hansu, that was his name. That's the name I'm looking for. From Amistad and from the Diamond movie, whatever that was. That's now married to Kamora Lee Simmons Hansu, whatever her name is now. She is undeserving of him. I just want to say that out loud. And like I said, Joe Manganiello.
He's a pretty man, and he's
tall. Sophia,
I'm
so sorry.
People.
I'm so sorry. But let me just say this though: if I ever get your husband in a dark room, I am going to. All bets are off, honey. These 2X panties. These 2X panties, honey. Let me just say that out loud. Anyway, I will give you a run for your money. Yep. So anywho, I think
we still have a prize to give away.
We do.
So please share our video right now. If you're still with us, please share our video, like our page, follow us. We will be giving this away. You ready? Are you guys ready for this?
Super expensive.
It is. It's magnetized. Okay? So that's important that it's magnetized. So look at this.
Read it out loud, Jen. It's backwards. I can never tell if they
I try to wait till it shows so I can read it. It says, good friends don't let you do stupid things alone.
True thing.
So you can qualify to get this
fabulous refrigerator magnet list.
It's actually a pad of paper. Okay?
We spare no expense on this show. Spare no expense.
Yes. This can be yours. And all you have to do is share this video. And put shared at the bottom.
That's it.
All right?
That's it.
All right? And we will be drawing the winner on our next show.
Yes.
All right? We have been giving away a lot of stuff. So you need to keep coming back. Make sure you're following us so you get notified when we go live.
Make sure you go. Let me say, I can't say this enough. Go to the Menopausal View also on YouTube and subscribe to us on YouTube, because we are also going to be posting some fun stuff over there that we're not going to be putting on the Facebook page. But we haven't started doing that yet. But we still need subscribers. So there's that.
Yeah.
So we need a little help here. So our fabulous Facebook family. Please join us over there as well so you don't miss a beat with me and Jen. And there's that. So.
And we are signing off because we're out of here. So stay flabulous.
Stay fabulous. And we will see you on the next show. Stay amazing.
Love you.
Love you.